Alrighty then, this should be going live. Just need to make sure everything's working okay. Unfortunately, I can't really see my stream connectivity stats as my brother claps in the background. If you can hear that, you probably can. Yeah, so I have to do that. Every time you see me do this, that's me checking on the stream stats. Stream strat stats. But anyway, the game I'm playing today is Scavenger SV-4. Now, this is a game I've played on my main channel quite a few times, but I've never actually played this game on the Stream Archives channel, which explains why I'm playing it now. And of course, what you can do is just randomize the guys or the girls that you play as, and the ship and the colours and all that. So we're going to be playing as Bill Griffin on the Razor's Edge. Okay, so I just need to make sure everything's all okay. I've got my stream chat over like this side, even though for you it's that side. And yeah, let's just begin the game. I've got this on balance settings, I think, and there's supposed to be audio that plays, but I've left this going for some time. So what should happen is we boot into the game. Here we go, got that lovely PC FOV going on. Personal log of Captain Bill Griffin aboard ISC 167 Razor's Edge. And of course, I say this, you know, I don't really want to be reading through all of this because there's a lot of stuff here. So if you want to read through it, then you can always pause the video and differential calculus. Oh my god, I can relate. Yeah, but you can always pause the video and look at what these people have to say. There's something called Dungeon Road you can play as well, where it's like a dungeon crawler, as it were, and you just like go around and you collect items and you just do shit, I guess. I did have something interesting happen to me when I played this in my most recent attempted run through, and maybe I'll get around to it. I'm getting gangbanged. Oh, and I died. Lovely. Fuck this game. I rage quit. Oh, right, that's interesting. We got a purple planet. I don't think I've ever had a purple planet before. That's interesting. We can just establish communications and launch right off the bat. Looks like we've got a solar type star. It's orange, as you can see. One thing you'll probably notice as well is that the game does drop frames when you look back over onto the ship. It is what it is. You can hear the audio, it's just very faint in the background. Though if we're here, then when we hear the re-entry sound effects, then it should really pick up at that point. Got about another 50 seconds to wait. I guess I can show you around. So we started off in our personal quarters. We have Science Lab, where stuff we pick up from the surface goes to, and the cargo bay. Yeah, you should be able to hear that. That's in the background. That is. Whoa. And I'm previewing OBS as well, so yeah, the audio balance might be bad. I don't know. Hold on, let me just. Yeah, we've dropped like 10% of the frames on the stream right now, and that looks like water or something down here. So looks like we're on an island or something. And oh come on, we're right next to something that can kill us, really. Okay, well I've got to watch my ass. So yeah, basically the one thing that happened to me the last time I played this was there's actually some form of life on the surface, and basically what it did was it just chased down the rover and forcibly boarded my my rover here. And basically what that does is it causes a little interesting thing to happen, and it's essentially like alien life that exists on the planet, but yeah, it boards your ship and then you gotta figure out how to get rid of it. And I thought I had a way of doing it, but unfortunately it didn't quite work out the way I wanted it to. And now I'm here, back again, hoping that the same thing doesn't happen, even though it might. So yeah, just going around. I think what I'll do is I'll leave that here, and then in case I see anything suspicious, then I'll just like click and then just like GTFO basically. But right now, as you can see, we only have like 2 slots available, or 2 or 3 slots available, and if we go close to the edge, it's going to warn us about dangerous terrain, so we got to watch out for that. So what we're going to do is recall the rover right off the bat, and get a better view of this purpley planet right here. So now that we've recalled the rover, what it's going to do is head back up to the ship here. So one thing we want to do as well, hold on, is I like to close all the doors behind me, but we want to go to the medibay here, because part of the context behind us being around this planet is because the planet's radioactive and the system itself is highly radioactive. So the entire time we're getting bombarded with radiation, and radiation is bad, so we don't want that. But that's why periodically what we have to do is go to the medibay here and heal ourselves from the radiation damage that we've been subject to. I don't know if easy mode's on, but basically easy mode makes it so the rate of exposure is massively like increased. Well, easy mode makes it so you don't actually get affected by the radiation as much, whereas you know, hard mode or regular mode even is yeah, it is what it is. Hopefully you can decipher what I'm saying and understand what I'm trying to get to. But easy mode makes it so you don't get bombarded by radiation as much, and so you can survive for longer. And I guess the emphasis is more on being able to explore rather than rack up a high score. And this one seems easy to actually decrypt, and it actually decrypts faster if you select it. It says that you're interactively assisting research. So we have a audio sensor of some description and some sort of electrical device. Okay, we're only about 5.1% of the stream has dropped frames, sadly. But that's my internet connection. I don't know what's wrong with it. Maybe I've set the bitrate a bit too high for this. But yeah, unfortunately, it's just not very good. This device is a pressure transducer. It can easily be adapted as a microphone to transmit an audio feed via the rover's uplink. This device is remarkably efficient and consumes an unusually small amount of electrical power in operation. And it looks like we've got some sort of electrical gun to it, which our rover can use for offensive capabilities. Now, maybe there's some instances where you do need to use the turret, but most of the time I don't do anything with these turrets. They do give you quite a few credits, as you can see, and that's part of the reason why we're playing this game, is to get the credits. So what we want to do is, let's put the arc projector into the storage, and the microphone we can put, say, onto the rover. And then what we want to do is rover the rover to the garage, as it should be one of the options, and then actually install the microphone, and then go from there. So then it's like here, install item. Now you can use it. So now I'm just gonna, yes, that's installing the microphone at this point. And then launch. So we can just launch it from here. Oh, and then we want to, of course, see if there's any radiation help that we can get right now, because it's been a little while since we've done that. And then we'll explore the planet some more. Can we? Yeah, we can get help. About, I can't read that. That text is so small I can barely even see what that says about the millisievert radiation exposure we've been subjected to. But that's what it is. It's millisieverts, and that's just a measure of radiation exposure or radiation count rate or something like that. It's been a while since I've had to look up stuff like that, to be honest. But as you can see, purple planets. And of course our star as well. I'm fairly sure as well that there's a moon on the planet. But yeah, we'll have to see. It just takes a while. We have to play this for some time. What we can do is also use this microphone here. So I actually turn on the supplemental microphone, if you will. Hold on, just... Okay, it looked like I was in the red for a moment there. Sounds a little different. Yeah, it sounds about the same though, don't it? So it's like I've picked up a microphone that does what the microphone already does. Okay, we got something there. Whoopsie, don't want to do that. Now, I think I clicked on the screen and that activates the turret. But yeah, what I wanted to do is pick up these items. Like so. And now hopefully what can happen is if I'm going to get bombarded by life or anything, then I should be able to survive it, hopefully. We've got a microphone here. What the hell are these? It's like rocks or some form of structure. It's just all here. Don't necessarily know if this is good or bad or not, but well. And we can of course recall something over there, something over there. So it's like this whole... It looks like it's a gigantic island we're on. And yeah. We just have to explore the island and see what's going on, but then there's a possibility of life that can exist. So you gotta be careful. And you gotta like on the edge. If you see where my webcam is, you can kind of like clip through the glass a little bit there. It's probably because the FOV is set so high. It's PC FOV at the end of the day. Let's just clamber on through. And then wait for the rover to come back, and then we can see what's on it. Just yeah, about 6% drop frames on the stream at this point. It seems that right now, you know, it's streaming okay. You know, I've set it to be about 4 megabits per second at 720/60, so it should be coming out relatively okay. If it's dropping frames, then it's going to just like glitch up some of the audio and video and all that, hopefully. Even though that's not really good when that happens. But oops, yeah, my microphone, my mouse sensitivity is a little off. So, and by a little off, I mean a little bit too high for precise moving of stuff. But we can research everything, and I guess we can like interactively research with something and hope to increase the rate at which it decrypts, but it's going about the same pace, isn't it? Seems fairly even right around now. But let's see what we have. We've got electronic and EM field. Interesting. So probably another electric turret or something. Or some form of drive maybe, and some EM field antenna or something, like a radar or something. And I'm almost been going for 15 minutes at this point. I only care about that stuff because I guess I want to get out of here, keep this stream relatively short and sweet, so you can see this game and I can get out of here and do other stuff. Oh, it's a transmitter of some description, so it seems as if that would bring people to you. But this is like still probably another turret or something. Oh, a computer. Device is a computer. Okay, now I'm interested. I don't think I've ever come across that before. But still got sun in the sky. And if you look as well, the shadows are actually moving. They're like dynamic shadows that adjust with time. So it's fairly interesting to see, to be honest. It's like real-time shadows going on, real-time lighting. Which could explain why the game drops frames so much. It's like expensive scenes. But yeah, gotta see what this is. So it's probably like a rover device or something, and you just like can see some stuff on it. But you can actually do all that sort of stuff from within the command center as well, without having to go to the planet's surface whatsoever. So let's see, we have a Omni radar. So yeah, it's basically like yeah, that's just a radar essentially, and it includes apparent stealth techniques to reduce. Oh, autopilot. Okay. So yeah, autopilot, ladies and gentlemen. We get to see what the autopilot and the radar does. So I guess in theory, what that should be doing is it points us to one place, and then it's gonna like have something there for us. I'll probably leave the radar for now, but we definitely want to rover that to the garage and install that basically at this point. So now that's here, you just want to select the autopilot and install it. And at this point I might as well get healed, because I would have took some serious radiation damage at this point. But we can already be in the process of launching the rover. So there we have to go back in here. Just activate the Medi Bay and go from there. So we're at, oh god, it's like 373 residual. Damn, that's pretty bad. So that's why you need to keep on top of this stuff. It's so you don't end up dying. So even though you do have some noticeable radiation and cellular damage, specifically because of radiation, you want to keep on top of this sort of stuff. So we've got the planet again, and going to be entering the atmosphere. So you can also turn on the auxiliary generator, and the auxiliary generator just like refuels the rover and charges its batteries up it uses like chemical fuel and that. So I guess once the chemical fuel runs out, then you're going to be pretty screwed. So I guess, for instance, you can put autopilot on and you'll see the power usage like go for the toilet, for instance. But it depends on where the autopilot takes us. So might see where that goes. Oh, that's a big hit. Right. But as you see, this is like pointing us in a certain direction, and as you see, it is draining on the rover's resources a little. But what we can do is turn on the auxiliary generator instead. But is it this thing? It's probably this thing. But the good thing is, if we can pick it up, which we have, then as I turn the auxiliary generator on, then seems to be taking us to that next. Right. Pretty cool. And that's essentially what we can do with this game now, is use the autopilot to see if it takes us to anything decent. We might as well detach the microphone. It's not really doing anything for us right now. It's just to see if that did anything unique, and it hasn't really. As long as I don't encounter any of those alien beings on the surface, then I'm okay. because that kind of messed me up last time and kind of didn't make me want to play this ever again. But maybe this is the last time I'll play this game. It depends on what happens, how long I go for. I mean, I would probably say I want to go for like half an hour or something at the very least. Make this a fairly lengthy session. But, well, fairly lengthy is like hours long, to be honest. Like 1 or 2 hours, but I don't have 1 to 2 hours, and then this is late as well. You know, it's like 9 PM my time right now, and it's like I want to just get this done and dusted with,